All right, hello everyone, it's silverkyle, and today we are taking a look at The Incredible Hulk Volume 2 Omnibus from the Silver Age. So this is the very beginning of Hulk. We're finally got a Volume 2 after years since the first one came out. And basically what happened was that the reprint of Volume 1 did well enough that they were able to say, all right, Volume 2 looks like we can go ahead with it. And we have a lot of catching up to do before we get to the Peter David saga. But still very happy to see this. There's a lot of stuff at the beginning that I very much enjoy because I love the artwork. And I mean, we've got Rhino there. Some good stuff. This is just the standard cover. I would have much preferred some of the variants that they have that look absolutely gorgeous. This is the last issue that is part of it. So at least it is actually from the Silver Age, which makes me happy. But kind of a plain, extremely plain cover. The variants are a lot nicer. What I would have liked is like the one with Rhino would have been great. I mean, that one's just iconic to me right there. That one, that's one of the variants that looks gorgeous. So many other good options. That would have been cool. The cool punch there. That, jeez. No. They decided to go with this one. Anyway, retails for $100 in the US, $125 in Canada. I just looked and I paid $88, including tax and shipping, from indigo.ca for when I got this for some kind of sale, 30% off. Collects Incredible Hulk 103 to 134 and annual number 1, 832 pages. Left-hand side, we've got the, well, let's just take that off. Left-hand side flap is the story. Then we have the creators on the right. Oh, I didn't notice. I don't know how long they've been doing this, but they've actually shown when Stan Lee passed away. Oh, everybody when they pass away. That's interesting. Did not know that. That's kind of cool. I don't know. They might have been doing that for a while. That's the first time I actually noticed. That Incredible Hulk logo, which just looks beautiful. Spine is the same. And the back. No problem opening. That's great picture there. I will say that as I was flipping through this, the first few issues that they have with Mary Severin, I might be mispronouncing that. Her art is beautiful. With Frank doing the inks. So this is iMac in Turkey. So you know what you're getting into. Table of contents. So this goes from 68 to 70. Yeah, we've got a while before Peter David. Got a forward by Herb. And then we dive right into 103. And this, to me, the covers are great, but the look of the actual Hulk, I preferred. Didn't really like it so much in Volume 1. And as we progress, I feel like the art won't be the same as these first few issues. That I drew my, like, when I was a kid, I wanted them to fight so badly that, and I had known that they had actually fought a few times, I think, at least here. But I drew a comic book that had the Incredible Hulk versus Rhino, and Silver Surfer was there too. And I kind of drew Silver Surfer with a little bit of like a very light aqua blue. And his hands would go green, like not his hands, but he had some kind of energy within his hands that would blast out, and that was green, I believe. I would love to find that comic book that I drew. Just two gigantic people fighting. Like that's as a kid, that's what I enjoyed. Because I always thought Rhino was cool. Another classic image. I believe that's potentially one of the Epic covers. We've got the letters in here, as we do with Silver Age. And I just want to kind of get a little bit further. Still looking good, okay there. That's a cool image too, though. There's not going to be a lot. Oh, well, we don't have to worry about word bubbles or 2-page spreads really, because it's Silver Age, but you'd have to kind of push it down a little bit. The word bubble there is a little bit harder to read, but if you just hold it down, it's not too bad. I don't know what's going on with iMac, because there's going to be bleed through, and I don't know if you can see that, but any of the light colors, you can kind of see like the lines there. For those of you that are looking at that, it's just the unfortunate realities for when we're looking at Silver Age stuff. When there's a lot of color, like deep colors and dark, there's not any. I have a much harder time seeing bleed through. Like through that, I can't see any. Over here, I can see a little bit, but it's not that noticeable. Because the paper themselves, not really glossy, doesn't have that dust feeling, but it's still relatively rough. I would prefer this over the dust feel. I hate feeling like these pages and feeling like they're dirty, like they have dust on them. They don't really have that. So, I mean, that's an improvement, I guess. And it feels different than it used to be. And then we got some extras near the end. Later on in the... Oh, that's just beautiful. For the time. But I feel like they got really glossy near the end, and I was like, well, I would have preferred... Yeah, this is glossy. Why is that glossy? Make it all glossy. All right, and just to quickly show that eye, it's not that apparent, and I stretched it out. Doesn't really need to because it is Silver Age, but I wish it would have popped out a little bit more. I mean, after reading it and maybe stretching it out a little bit more, we might be able to get a bit more of an eye, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. So there you have it, The Incredible Hulk, Volume 2 from the Silver Age. Thank you all for watching. You have been bearded in. Beardage!